Okay, Kitty Pies, it's July 27, 2025, here in beautiful northern Maryland. It's been screaming hot all week, very humid. Been working in the shop, doing the final assembly on the 60 bug and the final polish on it and buffing. I'm going to go over on this video of final prep or final polishing and buffing on the your paint job and what I use. It's what we use in a body shop for a production shop and the new technology. So this is spray. This is waterborne with Axalta 8700 clear. Now that's a high solids clear. It's one of the best clears out there. It hasn't. This paint job is almost a year old. It still hasn't died down. This hasn't been buffed. You can see, if done correctly, paint will not die down. Now I finished this off in 600 before I painted it, 4 to 600 grit. You got to have a good 2K primer before you put the paint on. Put the paint on. We baked it, sanded it down with 800, and re-cleared it with a double shot of clear. It's been over a year. This side is finally polished and buffed. I de-nibbed it and polished it. I'm going to show you the system I use. Now this paint here, we had the doors, the hood, the deck lid, and the fenders off the car, so we could really lay the paint on there. We laid the doors flat on stands so we could go heavy with the clear and get a nice flow out on it. But the problem is we couldn't do that on the sides here. We couldn't lay it as much because if not, you're going to get runs. So we put it on as much as possible. There's going to be more orange peel on these side panels here and here than there was on the door because I painted this off the car. So what I want to do is I want to blend everything to make it look as even as possible with a high gloss. Now I'm not sanding all the orange peel out. I want it to be kind of factory looking. You can see there it's not all the orange peel is out, but I want it to shine and have a high gloss, and I want to flow out that orange peel a little bit to match the whole car. Okay, so this is what I do here. I'm using 2000 grit dry. Okay, I sanded this whole car dry up to the paint stage. I never wet sanded anything. It's all been dried up with dry sandpaper. Even the 2000 I use here, I have a little foam pad I use. Okay, now that's 2000 grit. Now I use the 2000 grit to take any nibs of dust out that I see. I sand them out. This will take the nibs out. Okay, sand that with a 2000. And on here, on this panel, I lightly sanded this panel and the front quarter with the 2000 lightly to take some of the orange peel out. I didn't take it all out. Okay, I wanted it to match this because this already flowed out pretty good. So I 2000 that and de-nibbed the side of any dust particles or any imperfections that I may have. And then this is the 3M system that they use. This is a very, very good system. This goes on your DA. This is the only time I use water. So this will go on, and then you see there you have a foam pad it sticks to. Okay. This one's 5000 grit. This is 3000 grit. So after the 2000, and then some of these panels I didn't even use the 2000. I just went with 3000 and 5000. Like on the fender here, I just went with 3000 and 5000 because it had already flowed out good. Same thing on that door there. I didn't have to take a lot of orange peel out. So put it on your DA, and you DA it wet with this. Now the key to this is you have to go 7 passes on the panel. So when I was doing these panels, I DA'd the whole panel 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 7. Okay, 7 passes, and you do it wet. I have a spray bottle. I spray water on there and spray water on the pad. You don't need a lot of water. And then after the 3000, I follow it up with the 5000. And once again, wet, I do 7 passes again, wet, with the 5000. And at that point, I'm ready to start buffing and polishing. So this is 3M polishing system. The white cap is compound. The blue cap is a polish. Now, I started off using these. My painters in my shop, the production painters, are switching over to this. They say this is a lot better. So I started using this, and I got really good results. But When I switched to this, this is a compound and polish mixed together. So I started using this, and it blows away this system here. This here is so much better. It brings the shine up better. It takes out scratches really good. It polishes really good. Now here's the key to using this. After you get the 5000 on there, I'm using a DeWalt buffer. I have a quick change hub on there, on the stud there. I could quick change these pads. Now the white pad here is a foam pad. This is the compound pad. I'll use this first with this stuff here, okay? I'll compound it with that, and then I switch the pad to this black pad, use the same stuff as a polish. Now I'm polishing it, so I'm doing it twice, and you won't believe the polish, the shine that comes off of that. It's unbelievable. You can see that there. Very, very smooth, very nice. You can see my handprint there where I touched it. But it feeds the paint. It's amazing. It's an amazing finish you get off of it. And it's very little work. So, and I also went to Harbor Freight this week. I bought a small polisher here, the Hercules. And once again, the yellow is for compound, and the black pad is for polish. Now I use this to get into tight areas, like down in here where I can't get with the big 8-inch buffer pad. I'll detail all up in here with it, small areas with it. So once again, you can see that shine on that. Now, there is orange peel in it, but it's very minimal. It looks. Oh, I wanted this to look factory. I didn't want to take it down to total glass. Because when I was younger, I used to like the total glass, but now I like the factory look with a little orange peel, but a high gloss. So that's like that European look. Okay. Now the hood here, we flowed that out really good when we painted it. I'm just gonna buff that hard with the compound. I'm not even gonna sand it. I'm just gonna go over it. It's got a really good shine on it already. It's flowed out really good. I did this fender yesterday. Now after you 3000 and 5000 your panel, you should get, see that it almost looks like a gloss. It's almost, you can see it's like almost polished. I haven't buffed that yet. That's got 5000 grit, that with that DA. You can see there, that's ready for buff, okay, and polish. Those two panels there. Now I didn't have too much dust on this, or nibs on this, so on these sides I just went with 3000, 5000 wet with the DA. And now I'm going to follow it up with that 3D 4000 compound on a compound pad. And then I'm going to switch the pads to the polishing pad. And I'm going to go with the 3D same compound stuff and polish it with the black pad. And you'll get an amazing finish out of it. Also, on this, you see the fender beading on there? I bought from CIP1, I bought the German fender beading. And that is such a nice beading, I tell you. I use the Wolfsburg West and a couple other companies, and they just don't even come close. You'd be sitting there struggling trying to get the bumps out of it. It just didn't look right. The shine was off a little bit. So these fell. I put them in the sun for a little bit, softened them up, and these fell right into place. The cutouts are perfect. All four, and down here you can see how that, I got that to secure up under the fender so it looks nice. The Wolfsburg West ones wouldn't do that for me. They were too stiff. These are nice and soft. They slid in to the joints here nice. Really, really nice. Also on this final, putting it together, you notice there I used the black K-Max bolts from K for Nostalgia. Bolt kit for the fenders for this was $80. They say K-Max on it. Now, this 1960 had the small head bolts on them. Most people think that these are the bolts that came on it. These big headed bolts. Maybe later on they used that, or earlier, I'm not sure. But I know in the 1960 they used, that's the K for Nostalgia bolts that I got. This is the bolt that comes with it, with their kit. These are the fender bolts. They're not as fat. These are the ones I use on the assembly for that. Also, I use the Stainless steel body side moldings, they're very good too. They snapped right in, no problem. They're already pre-bent. Nice. Another thing on these, when I was assembling the door, I had an older style Brazilian set of these, or Wolfsburg West window scrapers on the outside here. I bought the German ones that they just came out with in the last couple years. These German ones are far superior. They snapped in nice. I didn't have to struggle with them. They just went in nice. They follow the contour almost perfect. You don't see a lot of ugliness up in here. I did get a little chipping right here. Just because it was, when you pulled it in, it chipped here. I don't know. I'm going to have to touch that up. But these are the aftermarket divider bars, and these are the vent glass from Wolfsburg West. They seem pretty good. The window, this is new glass. Everything is super tight, so I just shut it up, and hopefully everything loosens up over time. This is the German, from CIP1, the German vent rubbers. Boy, these were hard to get in there, but once they got in there, you see how nice and smooth it is. You got a little bump here, and I got to finish fitting this here a little bit. But you could see they fit really, really nice all the way up. And the Wolfsburg West vent glass seems to be pretty good. It's got a nice even gap all the way down here. It doesn't stick out here. So it's just tight closing because I think the rubber's still new. Very good stuff. Go with the German stuff on that. Very impressed. Now this is the Wolfsburg West door handle and seals. They fit good. This seal was a little wonky. I had to play with it a little bit, but once I got it in there, very nice there. So just some tips on the assembly of this thing. So I'm finally putting the moldings on. Hopefully later this week I can get the headlights in and the turn signals. I'm going to mount everything right on the, I'm going to build everything and then mount it as I go. I'm going to drop, hopefully the whole body will be assembled together. The door with the weight on it shuts really good now. Very nice. Sounds good. Okay, shuts beautiful. Got the West Coast Classic headliner in. That went in really nice, beautiful. That's the West Coast Classic German square weave carpet. It was wrinkling a little bit on me on them door humps there, but I got them down pretty good. That fit pretty good. I went with the Wolfsburg West padding kit. I split it in half, like Chris Vallone said. And so everything's looking really good. Also, I went with the Chris Vallone engine compartment tar boards. I thought they looked error correct. I think they look really good. And those are the Wolfsburg West engine seals for the engine bay area. Excuse me. Looking good. So, getting there on it. Hopefully another month or two I can have this down on the pan and start adjusting everything to get it to finish up. I also went with a Ross Wolf Velocity stack for that. I thought it looked really good. During shows, when I'm showing it, I'm going to take that off and put the factory oil bath cleaner on there. But for driving it around, I'm going to use that. I need all the power I can get with this thing. Okay, kitty pies, just another tip on polishing and sanding, denibbing, and hopefully this helps. Okay, kitty pies.